To make a slip knot, simply make a loop. That's your tail of your yarn, and this is your working yarn. So you made a loop, place the working yarn behind the loop, and then you're going to take your crochet hook, pop it underneath this loop here, and pull on both tails. One of these will be attached to the ball of yarn, and we simply pull on that so that the slip knot sits just below the crochet hook, and it should move up and down like this. To hold your hook and your yarn, with the yarn I tend to wrap the yarn around my little finger over the top of my index finger, and I hold my crochet hook like I would a knife, and that enables me to have tension to crochet. To chain stitch, we simply put the yarn over the hook, hold the bottom of the slip knot and pull the hook through the loop, and that's chain stitch complete. I'll show you a few more times. Yarn over and pull that through the loop, completed a chain stitch, yarn over, and this is how you make your chain stitches. Now it's worth to note at this point that if your chain stitches are looking rather tight, and the way to know if they're tight is to just pop your hook through them. It should go through smoothly like so. If you're really having to push them through, that means that your tension is too tight. So what you need to think about is why is your tension too tight, and often the reason is that you're working just at the end of the hook here. So instead of moving up and down like you will have seen I do, like so, you'll find that you're probably just working on this bit. And if you look how small this is compared to the crochet hook, then that's why your stitches are too tight. So do think about that. So just keep chaining. However many your pattern requires, just keep going. Next, I'm going to show you how to treble crochet. So we're going to count 5 stitches back from the hook. So if we just look at these loops here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the stitch that we're going to treble crochet into. And to treble crochet, we yarn over and put your hook through the loop, yarn over and pull that through so that we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull that through 2, yarn over and pull it through another 2. And that is 1 treble crochet stitch complete. Let me show you again. Yarn over and pop that through your next loop. You can see the next loop, so this is the one that we've treble crocheted into. Now we're going to be working into this one, so yarn over and through that loop, yarn over and pull it through. So we've got 3 stitches on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through another 2. We've completed another treble crochet. And I'll show you one more, and then we will I will crochet to the end of the row. So yarn over, pull that through, yarn over, pull it through 2, pull it through another 2, and that's 3 treble crochet stitches complete. And I'll see you in a minute when I've crocheted to the end of the row. So this is what a row of treble crochet stitches look like, and I know that my tension's okay because I can see that the bottom of here is just sitting straight, it's sitting horizontal. Now if it was to sit a little bit like this, a little bit arced, that would mean that your foundation chain, so the first row of chains, was just too tight, and you would need to go back and you would need to have another go if you want to. Some people just like to live with it because it's their first time at crocheting, but a good foundation chain will sit nice and flat like that. So we've got to the end of the row. What do we do now? So we chain 3 stitches, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to count 5 stitches back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is going to be the first stitch that you treble crochet into. So we yarn over. That's it. So now we've turned the row and we've treble crocheted into our first stitch, and I'm just going to keep going till the end of the row, and then I'm going to show you which stitch you should be crocheting into. See you in a minute. So when you get to the end of a row, you're actually going to be treble crocheting into the top of the turning chain. So originally we chained 5, so we're going to be crocheting into that. Now we just yarn over and we go through the top one of those, yarn over again, just a normal treble crochet stitch. And that's us having completed the row. So to start a new row, you'll be going chain 1 and chain 2 and chain 3, and then we'll be crocheting into the 5th stitch away from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be the one that we're crocheting into. But a little tip here, when you're first starting out, you may not be able to work out really quite well or easily which is the final stitch of the row that you crochet into. So a little tip is at either side, when you've chained your chained 3 stitches, but just put a little marker there. If you haven't got one like me, just use a bit of yarn, just anything that'll just mark the stitch, and that'll help you, and there'll be less confusion about which is the which is the final stitch that I should be crocheting into. So now we count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we start our row again, and I will see you again at the end of this row. So at a point where you have completed your work and you want to finish your crochet, all you do is snip off the end like so. I'm just going to pull that apart, and you just yarn over, pull that through the end, just tighten up the knot there, and then you just weave in your ends. And this is what a piece of treble crochet looks like. There we go. Happy crocheting.